What if you could spend just 5 minutes a day boosting your confidence and speaking skills? I used to get anxious sometimes, and I had damn near zero charisma. But out of everything I did, there were 2 habits backed by psychology that helped me the most. And over time, I saw my confidence and speaking skills improve fairly quickly, even on days where I only did it for a few minutes. In this video, we're going to quickly break down what they are, how they work, and how you can use them and put them in your own life, so that hopefully I can help you become more confident and charismatic.
Oh Lord, it's good to be here with you, Mr. O'Brien.
I used to tell myself that people were kind of boring, but at the same time, I wanted to be likable, to be charismatic, like some of the people I knew. I didn't have what it takes. I didn't have the charisma, the confidence, the experience. So what on earth did I do to change? A study in 2022 looked at 146 adults in India. They looked at how mindfulness relates to self-esteem, and they found that mindfulness was strongly linked to a sense of higher self-worth and confidence. Just 10 years before that, another study looked at students in a psychology course and found that mindfulness strongly correlated with self-esteem. Okay, but what is this mindfulness thing and how is it actually helpful? Mindfulness is basically a cognitive skill that makes you more aware of and accepting of your thoughts and emotions, as well as stuff happening outside of yourself, allowing you to be more focused and present. At first I thought it was silly, but then I started to enjoy feeling my mind more focused, more driven. Gradually, I felt more confident. I took more action and became a little bit more assertive. I got much better at work, including things like selling things and talking to customers. Becoming more mindful, more aware of myself and how I was feeling made trying these things out much less scary. And it made me more present and a much better listener. So what are some ways that we can use to improve our mindfulness? What are some habits? Here are some of my personal favorites, and I started with just a few minutes each day. Heck, I even missed a few days, I'm not gonna lie. Perhaps one of the most underrated skills is listening. It takes real focus and presence for me to listen properly to someone, qualities that fall under the umbrella of mindfulness. It's also pretty fulfilling. So try this next time your listening is needed. If possible, practice giving them your full attention. I mean all of that. It started off being kind of hard for me, but over time it got much easier. There's been loads of times in my life that I can recall where I was feeling anxious or nervous, and this next one helped me calm down almost instantly. John Kabat-Zinn, a renowned mindfulness teacher, really pushes this idea that meditation is an excellent way to develop mindfulness. Now, when I properly tried this for the first time and I opened my eyes, my brain felt so much clearer. Even if it was just for a moment. So I started doing it consistently, and over time, that really helped me out. Try this right after this video finishes. Simply lie down or sit down in a comfortable, quiet spot. Close your eyes and think about, well, almost nothing. Or you can focus on one individual thing. The moment you feel your focus shift, take it back and ground it. This is something that I touch on in the Active Listening Toolkit, which has taught over 400 people high-quality listening skills. You know, the skills that make dating easier and make you perceived as more likable. Those ones. Check it out below. Okay, cool. That made me a bit more confident and a bit more present, but there was something else that was bothering me. Sure, I was getting a little bit more confident over time, but I didn't really gain skills that I wanted, that I needed. But then I sort of unintentionally started doing something that when other people do it, they completely change as a person. And I won't lie, it happened to me too. It changed me in more ways than just my confidence. You see, I was working at this factory job that I kind of hated, so I wanted to look for somewhere else to work. But the only other options were really customer service work, and I was too scared to do that, but I did it. I went, okay, fine, I'll be a waiter until I find somewhere else to work. And oh boy, those first few months were the most uncomfortable months of probably my entire life. But I actually don't regret it at all, and it made a huge positive impact on my life. But why? Researchers in 2021 measured subjects' CZO, which is comfort zone orientation, which is basically how much you value doing something uncomfortable. They found people with a higher CZO had lower anxiety and sought out new experiences. I had to do uncomfortable stuff. I had to do anxiety-inducing things, telling a customer that their order would be late and that it was my fault, or dropping a glass on the table and smashing it right in front of a customer. Right in front of them. But here's the good stuff. Here's the silver lining. These things made me more resilient, and they were happening all the time. So naturally, my confidence went up and up and up. I started getting better at stuff like selling more drinks to customers, something that I thought was really difficult. I also got better at actually making connections with these people that would walk in the door, people that I'd never met before. And it had this kind of compounding effect because the more I did it, the easier it became, and I learnt more. I gained more experience, and then that experience made my speaking skills so much better. It kind of reminds me of this quote from my favorite person on the planet. Just listen.
Always go a little further into the water than you feel you're capable of being in. Go a little bit out of your depth, and when you don't feel that your feet are quite touching the bottom, you're just about in the right place to do something exciting.
So what kind of tasks can we do to make us more confident the more we do them? Well, I think there's a very specific kind of task, and it's one that should feel doable, but not outright nerve-wracking, not completely overwhelming. Now, I can't speak for everyone, but personally, I feel it in my gut when something's just a little bit outside my comfort zone. Are you just going to apply to jobs online, or are you going to hand in the resume in person? Maybe you could switch things up a bit. Instead of booking for a table online, you could try booking over the phone. So that's what I would do. That's what helped me. Go a little bit outside your zone once a day and do a brain task once a day. Watch one of these videos here if you want to ask great questions that people love to answer.